Well, Bob Filner is off house arrest. The disgraced former mayor says the 90 days has made him a healthier, more balanced person. In a statement, I'll give you part of it here, he said, quote, "My deepest apologies go to all those that I may have hurt. I ask for a chance to earn your forgiveness over time based on my actions." He added that he will continue to focus on his mental and physical health and family and private life. Well, criminal attorney Brian Watkins joins us here this morning to talk a little bit about what may be next for the former mayor. Now, you know, if this happens in Washington, D.C., you know, you can be caught smoking crack and, you know, with hookers, and the people reelect you. Any chance that Bob Filner revives his career through all this, you think?
You know, it's very tough for an average citizen to overcome the stigma of a felony criminal conviction, let alone a political figure. You know, the problem with Bob Filner is it also costs the city a lot of money, and I think that's, you know, it's going to take a little more forgiving to overcome that budget crisis that he helped put us in.
Now, as you look at what's going on here, we've got to separate out the criminal versus the civil on this. Do you see any more criminal charges being brought forward against Bob Filner?
No, I don't. You know, he's still going to be on felony probation, so he's technically going to be under the supervision of a probation officer. Now, that probably won't be very strict supervision based on his charges and who he is.
Let's be honest, it's not really even very strict for violent felons, all things considered. I mean, they are still out there on the street. They're supposed to check in once in a while. You know, what does that check-in actually entail?
Well, you know, the probation officer can do pop-up visits at your home and things like that. I think that's going to happen with Bob Filner based on the nature of his charges and who he is, but he still needs to overcome that stigma. What we do for our clients is usually we would go in and ask for an early termination of probation so that he doesn't have to, our clients don't have to do the full 3 years, and then we would expunge it off their record. Now, that's an expungement means you can say that, no, I've never been convicted of a felony for a job interview, but as someone like him who's a political figure, it's going to be very difficult to overcome that stigma.
Right. We don't have any idea what his future plans are at this point, so it's hard to say. And let's flip over to the civil side, and I know you're a criminal attorney, but these civil suits, how long could these continue to come out of the woodwork? And I know that it's not up to anybody initially to determine the validity of them. The courts will figure all that out. But I mean, how long might these things continue to pop up? I mean, he was only mayor for a few months.
Right, but he did a lot of damage in those few months. And I believe that most of the victims have come forward, and the people who are going to file claims have already filed claims. I believe a lot of the cases were already settled. I think there's 1 or 2 that are still lingering in the court system that those probably should resolve probably within the next 6 months.
How do you see Jan Goldsmith, for example, handling these so far? He is very astute. He's settled some cases. Other cases he said, no, you know, we're not ready to settle. Does it appear that on behalf of the city he is handling these in the best possible fashion?
Yes, he's getting them settled. He's saying, let's move forward, and that's what San Diego really needs to do, is get these situations behind us and move forward.
All right, criminal attorney Brian Watkins, thanks for coming in this morning.
Thank you.
Good to see you. Thanks for taking time for us.
Bye-bye.
Okay, and we are coming right back, top of the hour, news, weather, and traffic, and we'll get you all caught up to date here at 7 o'clock.